My name is Richard Rubio. I served in the United States Marine Corps infantry. I was an infantry team leader. I served in the Marine Corps from 2004 to 2008. I got out and I served in the National Guard from 2008 to 2014. I served my tours with the Marine Corps. I first went to Afghanistan in 2005 to 2006, and then I served in Iraq from 2006 to 2007. Overseas, I was infantry, so when I went to Afghanistan, I was part of two pretty big missions, Red Wings and Whalers. Red Wings is we supported the Army and the Navy. We were part of the group that were looking for the Navy SEALs that had got shot down. We were out there for that mission, and then the follow-up mission, which was Whalers. It was pretty intense on some of the fighting that we had out there with the Shiite, and then the whole thing with the Navy SEALs that went down. Some of the missions lasted 20-something days that we were out there. Probably hiked about 15 to 25 clicks this whole time that we were there. When we left, we went to Iraq. We went to Haditha, kind of the Al-Anbar province, and we got there right after the Haditha massacre had happened regarding the Marine Corps Reserve that shot up the city. So when we got there, it was pretty bad. We had to fight like every day to even try to get into our base. There was firefights going on all the time. IEDs. We had lost, I think, 22 people in a matter of 3 months that we were there. We had to shut down the city. We didn't allow anybody in, let anybody out. Nobody was allowed to drive because of everything that was going on. I felt like we never slept. We did sweeps of the city every night, and as soon as we got back, we had to go on post. And then as soon as we got off, it was the same thing. Sweeping of the city for 6 to 8 hours a night, just making sure that there was nobody there that wasn't supposed to be there, or that we didn't know that was there. Actually, I lost my best friend there, and that's something that has stood with me the whole time being there. We had separated, went into different missions, and one thing I had told him, and that kind of I felt that had that survivor's guilt, was I told him right before he left, don't blow up. And a couple of hours later, that's what happened. I was on the radio listening to everything that was going on. When it happened, there was four KAA and one WA. So I was just kind of listening to the radio, listening to the phonetic alphabet as it was going off when they were announcing who was it that passed away. As soon as they said, you know, the letters to his name, I knew it was him. And right there, it like hit me, because the last thing I said to him was, "Don't blow up," and that's exactly what happened. It was just a joke, but at the time I didn't realize what it could actually mean. PTSD affects me because a couple of months ago, I was actually going through Reboot here, and I had a fallout. I attempted to take my life. I had this huge blow up on my wife. I had guns in my house. I put them to me and told them I told my wife I was gonna do it. She took off. She called the cops. I was tired. With the PTSD, it's something that your mind just constantly is going, and it feels like you're just constantly fighting a battle that you can't even see, and that just goes through your mind and over and over and over. And I just finally, I was tired, and that's why I tried to take my life, and I didn't do it. I guess I had God was there, and He told me not to. And I stopped, and I actually found myself at Golden Springs, and I got picked up there by the police. I spent 3 weeks in the hospital. I spent a week at one hospital in West Covina, and then 2 weeks in the VA in Loma Linda. Before that, though, I was struggling with PTSD, but I just didn't accept it. I had tried to take my life before, also twice, when I first got out of the military. Back in like 2008, 2009, I tried to take pills that the VA gave me because I thought it would have been the easiest way, and I've tried to hang myself. And I still didn't think that I was suffering from PTSD. I didn't want to accept it. I felt that I was supposed to be a Marine. I was supposed to be strong and not supposed to fear anything or be weak. And I just kind of kept trying to push through it, and it ruined a lot of relationships I've had, family, friends, because it's easier to keep myself away and seclude myself than to hurt somebody else. We had actually 2 people commit suicide. One in our company when we were in Afghanistan, and then another person in our company when we were back. We had just got back home from Iraq. A couple of weeks, it wasn't even about 2 weeks, and one of our buddies committed suicide at the barracks. And since I've been back, being part of Frontsight, a couple of people have. I don't think I've completely ever overcome these thoughts. They're always pop up at random times. But now, since I come here to Frontsight, it helps because I have people that I can talk to that have struggled with the same thing that I have. So I don't feel alone. Before, I always felt alone, like I was the only one dealing with it because I never wanted to reach out or talk to anybody. So that, and then finding Jesus, finding God again. I had kind of pushed Him out of my life, and going to Golden Springs, listening to Pastor Raw was what actually helped me believe again. I think it was just him being a veteran, also being a Marine, dealing with his own things that caught my attention. And that's what actually pushed me here to Frontsight. It was being there. I met another veteran that came here, and he asked me to come, and so that's what helped. So just talking to people here at Frontsight is what keeps me going straight. So those thoughts don't take over me again. Talk to people that are close to you. Frontsight's a great place. If not Frontsight, another organization that's very similar to the way Frontsight works. Because there's people out there that are dealing with the same exact thing that we're dealing with. So reach out to somebody. You're never alone. At times, even when you feel like you're alone, you're not. Someone's always there. And the best advice can come from someone that actually has been there with also, and has probably done or has the same thoughts that you do, because they know how to get away from it.